Welcome. Many of the things we've talked about in this series of videos require some form of ID. Jobs, government programs, opening bank accounts. The big ones are things like your driver's license, social security card, passport, birth certificate, or green card. If you are missing some or all of these identity documents, that can make finding new opportunities a real challenge. I mean, think about all the times someone has asked, "Can I see your ID?" There are lots of reasons you might not have identity documents. Natural disasters like floods and fires, robberies, fleeing a dangerous situation, spending time in prison, living without a home. If any of those things have happened to you, then it makes total sense that you don't have any form of ID. In this video, we're going to talk about how to solve that. Here's a quick story from my friend Shelley.
It was all there in my purse. My driver's license, social security card, the kids' birth certificates and immunization forms, our EBT card. I was taking the kids to enroll in school. When we got there, I realized my purse was missing. The school social worker jumped into action. We called the police to file a police report. Then she walked me over to the neighborhood network center to make an appointment. The next day, Dominic watched the kids, and I met with the center advocate there. She walked me through how to get every single thing replaced. Together, we called the Social Security Office, Health and Human Services for new Medicaid and EBT cards, even the hospital where our kids were born to get new birth certificates. It's going to take time to get all of the documents sorted out, and we have to watch out for identity theft, but I'm so glad I found an advocate to help me get through it, one step at a time.
Every time I think about Shelley's situation, I imagine that awful sinking feeling she must have felt when she realized her purse was missing. What impresses me the most is that she didn't panic, and she didn't run away from the problem. She looked for the helpers right away. The school social worker was a great resource. She called the police to report her missing property. That could be really important if someone started using her credit card or checkbook. If you discover your wallet or purse is missing, you should call 311 right away so that you're not held liable for what someone does with your things. 311 is a non-emergency phone line to access city information and services, like the police. She worked from one helper to another and found the Neighborhood Network Center. I can't emphasize this enough. Having a helper work with you is important if you've lost your identity documents. These helpers can keep you from panicking. They've also probably seen a lot of these forms before and may even know people in the various official agencies you'll need to contact. They can help with making calls and navigating forms. Agencies may need to call you or send you documents. If you don't have a phone or a fixed address right now, then your helpers can be the place agencies can reach you. One place to start is a community action agency. We talked about those in the first module of this series. There are over 1,100 of them in the country, so there's probably one near you. They have people on staff whose job it is to help people with this kind of challenge. The biggest form of ID for most people is also the one they've had the longest. It's your birth certificate. Birth certificates are required for most other important documents. You need one to apply for government benefits, enroll in school, join the military, apply for a passport, or to claim a pension or insurance benefit. If you need to replace your birth certificate, go to usa.gov and look up the closest vital records office in your state. It's okay if you don't have a phone or computer. The community helper you are working with, or a librarian, can work with you on this search. You can complete a birth certificate application online. You might need to show some other form of ID. Some states allow you to apply for a replacement birth certificate without identification. However, Other states may require your parent or legal guardian, whose name is on your birth certificate, to submit a notarized letter of request with a copy of their ID. The helpers at your local community action agency will be able to help you navigate this step. The next step after a birth certificate is to get a new Social Security card. It helps to have some other form of ID. If you don't have a birth certificate, they may accept a religious record made before the age of 5 showing your date of birth, U.S. hospital record of your birth, or a U.S. passport. And if you don't have those, you may be able to use other documents that have your date of birth and a recent photo of you, like employee identification cards, school identification cards, health insurance card, or a U.S. military ID. After you have your birth certificate and your Social Security card, you can really get down to business with replacing other key forms of ID. To get a driver's license or a state ID card, you'll need to prove your identity and Social Security number. You may also need to prove your residency in your state. You can find out the rules for your state or territory at usa.gov/motor vehicle services. If you participate in SNAP or WIC or another program with cash payments and you lost your EBT card, most states have a toll-free number you can call. If you are a lawful permanent resident or conditional permanent resident and need to replace your green card, you can call U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services or visit their website at uscis.gov and fill out a form to get a replacement. You will need an address for them to mail you your new card. If you don't have a permanent address, you can talk to your community action agency about receiving the card for you. We've talked about a lot of reasons you need to have identification. Now, I want to talk for a moment about identity theft. Identity theft is basically when someone pretends to be you by using your credit cards or bank cards, or by stealing passwords and using accounts that belong to you. They can also set up new accounts in your name. If you lose your purse or wallet or suspect someone has stolen your identity, here are the first things you should do. File a police report. Contact your Department of Motor Vehicles. Freeze your credit. You can get more details about that in our resource guide, or you can go to identitytheft.gov. You can report identity theft to them, and they can help you come up with a recovery plan, including who to reach out to freeze your credit for free. So, to sum things up, losing your identification can be really scary, and it can make it hard to get other services. Your first step should be to make a police report. If you have credit cards, you should call those companies to lock your cards, and go to identitytheft.gov to learn how to freeze your credit. Going to websites and making phone calls and filling out forms can be really overwhelming, but you can do it. Community action agencies are all over the country and should have a helper on staff who can work with you. Be sure to check out the resource guide that accompanies this video for more ideas, and watch some of our other videos on more ways you can make things better for yourself and your family. And remember, you've got this.